Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a late update for Deck of Panning. This project is one that I created myself. After being inspired by Books with Maddie's Deck of TBR game, I asked her permission to adapt this into a project pan and she agreed. That was like 3 years ago now. I love this project so much. We have a game board which I will pop up right now, and I shuffle it around every single month on or around the 10th, 11th, check back. It should be shuffled around, and that is done randomly. I'm not picking spots. So because of that, if you draw 2 of hearts one month and you draw 2 of hearts the next month, it won't be the same prompt on the board. The face cards do remain the same, however. We are in September now, so I'm going to assume that you know how the game is played. If you ever have any questions on the rules, you can leave a comment and ask me, or check out my how-to intro video. In January every year, I upload ahead of the 20th and go into detail. And also, if you want to join now, please do. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go in the order of like what has been in since the intro, which is absolutely crazy. For In It for the Long Haul, I chose my Tartlet Toasted palette to use 50 times and hit 2 pans. I'm excited to say that I'm now up to 42 uses, and I finally hit 1 pan in here this last month, and I'm so excited about it. I don't know if you can see, oh yes you can, here in the shade Warmth, I do have a nice shiny pan in there. I have continued to use it since I hit pan, just as I'm creating looks out of this palette. Besides this one, I hadn't really been focusing that much on just specific shades in this palette. When I reach for this palette, I'm setting my crease with S'more. I've also been reaching for Cozy quite a lot. There's a really big dip in this shade, but I'm also not limiting myself to just reaching into whatever shades I want. Now, with only 8 uses yet left to hit that part of the goal, I really don't feel like I'm that close to pan on anything else in here, which makes me a little bit nervous. I'm at the point now where if I were to get the veto, I might swap this palette out. I've really enjoyed working on it all year, but I'm just not feeling super confident that I'll hit a second pan very easily. The dip in Cozy is very large, but I can still tell based on Warmth that there's a decent ways to go. But yeah, so far I'm just going to keep using it. Technically 8 more uses and 1 pan left. For my favorite color, I pulled in the Alamar Blush Trio because I really love this color of like yellowy orange, just in general, not necessarily as like my favorite blush color. Actually, this is my least favorite of the 3. My goal is to use this 20 times. I am now at 13 uses, which means I've used it 5 times this last month. I have made more of an effort to reach into here, only having 7 more uses. I'm hoping I can roll this out next month. I'm wearing Paraiso. I am the worst. I really thought that said Paradiso forever. Anyways, I'm wearing the pinky one today. For my random letter generator, I got the letter Q, and for that I chose my Ofra lip gloss in the shade Queen. This is in collaboration with Samantha March, and I have a 20 use goal on this one as well. And I've used it 2 times since last month for a total of 8 out of 20 uses. Still a long way to go. This gloss is not my favorite because of all the shimmer in it. I really like how it looks like in photos or even in person, like it looks beautiful. But with these Ofra glosses, I can really feel the like gritty shimmer on my lips, and that is just not my favorite. So it's just not what I'm reaching for all the time. However, I did just finish a lip gloss, and so now I feel like I can rotate through all the other lip colors I'm working on a little bit more, because that was the only thing I was wearing on my lips 9 times out of 10 for the last couple of months. For a product that is not cruelty free, I pulled in a MAC lipstick, and I wanted to use this one 10 times because it's a bright corally kind of shade, and I haven't reached for this since last month. I'm still at 2 out of 10 uses. For a balm product or black owned makeup product, I chose my Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer. Another product I want to use 10 times. I've used this 2 times in the last month for a total of 5 out of 10 uses. Halfway there. This is not my favorite eye primer unless I'm doing a really colorful or maybe a pastel look, because this is so light. I just don't like it for just everyday looks. I prefer something with mostly like transparent kind of base, a bit of a, I don't know what word I'm looking to describe this. This is more like it dries down. It gives a really smooth, blank, almost white canvas to create a look on top of, which is great for when I want to do colorful looks, like I said, but just for everyday, it's just not my favorite. I don't know what else to say. For a product from a subscription box, I chose my Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. I felt that this was getting quite neglected in my collection, though it's a palette that I really like. I have a 20 use goal on this. As of the last update, I had not used it at all. I forgot to use it, and this past month I've used it twice, including today, and I really like this palette. It's just basic mauve mattes, but it's really complementary. I combined it with the Odin's Eye Hella palette with River and Complete, I believe, the 2 shimmery dark shades, and I really like how my look turned out today. They blend really well. They're more of like a dusty powdery formula, but they're still pigmented, and I really like having this palette out. I think I'll be reaching for cool tones a bit more like as we head into October, November maybe. Right now I want like warm pumpkin spice, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely reaching for this palette way more than this palette, but I like, maybe I should have chosen something that was more complementary, but I like having both sides of the spectrum, if that makes sense, like super warm and super cool, just to switch things up sometimes. And last month I pulled in a card, Oh the Shame, so I just went down to my makeup drawer of shame, which is now packed away, and just opened it up, and my eye immediately went to this. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Rose. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today. This is the one and only time I've used it, and it really like doesn't quite match my eye look, but I wanted to try this, and I can already tell I like this way more than the Makeup by Mario one. I do not really like that lip product, and it's also like a similar glossy but in a stick form type product, but I like this one more, like I said. This was not the most strategic option for me to choose since I've been barely reaching for any of the lip products in this project, but when I opened up my makeup drawer of shame, this was what I felt called to use. This is something I was really excited to use, and then it's been living in my makeup drawer of shame, so I need to make the effort to reach for this more. I have a 10 use goal on this one as well. So as you can tell, I do not have any goals met in their entirety. I do have a pan in Tarte Tartelette Toasted, which I'm very happy about, but technically this is not rolling out. And as a fun punishment to myself, I like drawing 1 new card each time. So once again, as I shuffle my cards, I'm going to pop up what the game board is looking like for September. I feel like there's no surprises on the board this month. I have no idea what I could possibly roll in. Hopefully no lip products or eyeshadows, though I probably just jinxed myself. I shouldn't have said that. But let's draw 1 card. This is the King of Clubs, my husband's dear cards once again. And that is a Splurge item. And Splurge is not necessarily like your most expensive, or it doesn't even need to be like a luxury product, just something that you splurged on, whatever that means to you. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to have to think on this. What can I pull in? And I will be right back. Alright, I have pulled a product for Splurge and I am choosing the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is one of my more expensive concealers and I bought it at a time that I probably shouldn't have, but Samantha Marsh had been raving about it. This was many years ago and I got it and I didn't love it and I never returned it or anything. This is a $33 concealer and I have only 16 tracked uses on this, so I'm going to put a 20 use goal on this one as well, see if we can make a dent on this. 20 uses just seems to be what I mostly use this project for. And yeah, I just need to decide, like, is this something I can stand to pan? This seems to be a type of product that I prefer for just like cut creases or as an eye primer, but I'm working on those even in this project, so I would really like to make this work as a spot concealer, and even better if I can make it work under my eyes, as I am almost done panning a concealer I'm using under my eyes currently. It says creaseless soft matte with hyaluronic acid. I just found this to be so full coverage and cakey, so I just need to find a way to make this work for me. I want to be able to roll out at least one lip product next month. I mean, I'm closest on the Ofra gloss, but it's just not my favorite, and this feels like something that would be very easy to reach for more often, but I have more uses to go on this. This, I don't know what to do about my MAC lipstick. One of these need to roll out next time. I also feel like I could potentially roll out my Alamar blush, and I will have met the 50 uses by next month, but I don't know, I really don't think I will have my second pan on this, but continuing to work on this every single month, and this feels good regardless. So that is everything for my deck of panning update. A little chaotic as usual. I'm happy with my choice of roll-in. I feel like it's not going to compete too much with other things I'm already working on. If you enjoyed this project pan update, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!